this picture, you can see I've used like purples and blues and white. And I actually kind of had a nice image underneath, and I thought I'd just use my pens to bring out some different shapes. But as I was doing it again, I was thinking, this is going to look very similar to some other pictures that you've done. And I don't want people to get bored looking at the same thing. So I just went back to basics. I was just doing like individual line by line and look at the whole thing at the end. And the theme for this one is looking at what the meaning behind virgin in biblical sense means. Because I know it doesn't mean somebody who's never had sex. I find it really interesting, this whole concept that for years Mary Magdalene was projected as a whore or prostitute, and there's this idea of the Virgin Mother, the Virgin Birth. Somehow if we remove sex from the equation, we don't have to talk about sex magic. And I'm not saying that's what it was, or that I know anything about it, but it just seems interesting. Just looking up other meanings of virgin, there's empty or not occupied, which could relate to this meaning of shoe as being the empty one. So in this sense, being a virgin or being empty might mean being the same bloodline. It also, in relation to a field, would mean ploughed and harrowed, which are funny words, but left without being sown. When you rest a field, it gets its nutrients back. I only found that interesting because of the reference to plough, not in a sexual sense, but hoe, and the hieroglyph, beloved. And it's interesting that hoe has become a derogatory term. Anyhow, that's the chatting crap part out of the way. Main image here seems to be there's a female figure off to the right in some sort of cloak, and then attached to her back is this face with another mask face up in the sky. Interestingly, in that female figure's cloak, it looks like the letters Lot to me. I'm thinking about Lot's wife, the disobedient one. He looked back and turned into a pillar of salt. But interestingly, salt was a very valuable commodity and or could refer to alchemy. On her back, there's this mask that I think looks like the mask of a warrior, reminded me of Athena. Then there's this other sort of mask helmet up in the sky, a sky goddess connection. At the back of the head of the person below is the chin of that sky person. This bit reminds me a bit of cave painting. A person holding a bow and arrow or some kind of animal there and some bones. So there it is, the final piece. I really like it. It's quite striking. I forgot to mention there's a little character right at the bottom. It actually looks like they've got a swooshing train right next to their head, with random tendrils coming out their neck. I'm sure it'll all become clear at some point, possibly when I haven't got a headache. I'm feeling a bit less emotional. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.